Welcome back, everyone. I apologize for the audio confusion. I guess I'm still learning how to use this equipment, and that's okay. Thank you for being here. Today's theme is gratitude. Welcome to another session of music mindfulness. I'm Kalani Das, and in the U.S. here we celebrate a holiday called Thanksgiving. I know many of you know that. But some of you are not here in the U.S. and you celebrate other things, but we all celebrate each other at certain points, and we celebrate all the gifts of the earth and the world and what we have, the life from just the experience of life itself, which I think is the most amazing thing ever. And that's how I cultivate a lot of gratitude in my own life. It's just remembering that the chance of having a life is so minute. You know, having any kind of life form, since most of what we know about the universe is that there isn't much of the universe that is what we call life forms. So even if you're in that category, amazing, right? Incredible, really incredible. The animated part, you know, the parts of the universe stuff, because it's all the same stuff. It's all made out of the same stuff. But there's some of it that's what we call inanimate. Even though it's moving around, it's not what we call animated, right? Some of it, a very little portion of it, is what we call a life form. That includes all the plants and animals, everything like that. And then a tiny fraction of that is animal, which is, I'm assuming, related to the word animated. I could be wrong, but pretty amazing, you know, kind of mobile, like not really tethered to the ground like plants so much. Senses. We have all of our senses, and I've talked about that, the importance of living a sensational life, you know, tuning into your senses, what you can see and feel, hear, touch, taste, which is incredible. You know, let's not take it for granted. And then a tiny portion of the animals who are having this experience of life, which is again amazing, in the what some call the manifested world, you know. A tiny portion of those are human and therefore have this kind of intellect experience too, dreaming and wondering and imagining, and capable of emotions, great, you know, imaginations, which is, you know, it's what separates us from the rest of the animals. Not that much, but some. And I'm just, you know, if you think about it that way, which I hope you take a moment to do, not just think about it, but feel it. You know, feel the incredible opportunity that you're given to have this little thing we call a life. It goes by in a flash, but the key, I think, is to remember how lucky you are to have the opportunity. You wake up, you're seeing, you're hearing. I mean, even if you don't have all of your senses functioning, or you don't use them, or you don't have as many as other people, that's fine. You still have a lot. You still have plenty. So at any point, you know, just remember that the ability to experience, to be aware of to be able to reflect and just be in the world and just have this life experience, it's really incredible. I hope you all appreciate that. That's number one, that's the huge part of gratitude. I think that's always there. It's always available. And yeah, just don't want to take that for granted. Think about it, imagine it, and feel it. Wow, this amazing opportunity. And then besides that, all the relationships, you know. And to me, music, part of music mindfulness is remembering that music is relationships. That's all it's made out of, relationships, frequencies, vibrations, things together, rhythms, tonalities, harmonies. It's all relationships. And that's what gives it its form and really a lot of its meaning to us. What is the relationship of the musical parts to each other? And then what is my relationship to that creation, that music, right? How does it affect me? What is my relationship to that? And then what can my relationship be within the context of music making or experiencing music, like dancing to a piece of music with your partner or creating music in a group? How does that change your relationships? It does, in profound ways. A lot of the relationships that we feel most fond of are those that were created within a musical context, whether that's singing at parties when you're a child, or a wedding, or the music that you listened to with your friends when you were teenage age, or the music that you and your partner danced to, you know, that's like your song, or that you went on a trip and you listened to, or you went somewhere and you saw a band for the first time and you knew that you just had to have that in your life, and so you followed that group. All of those experiences, think about that for a second. How amazing that is. That's the kind of relationship creating and relationship building and cultivating that music allows. So music, in some ways, creates a large part of your life, and it's a part of your life that you appreciate, right? You're grateful for. In my work as a music therapist and music educator, I focus on those kind of benefits and relationships of creativity and the power to create the kind of relationships that you want to have. That's the power of the musician. That's the power of music, is we create the world that we want to live in. We create the kind of relationships that we want more of. In fact, I wrote a whole book about improvisation, improvisational music, and creating relationships. I call them sound relationships because they are through sound, but they're also sound. That's called the way of music. if you're interested in creating or learning more about how you can use relationships in music, you can look that up. I also want to just give a shout out, and I usually do this every episode of Music Mindfulness, but part of my gratitude practice is being grateful and acknowledging the people who make these instruments, like the Kosmosky tank drum here, the hardwood music, these guys that make the tongue drum, the Native American style flute that I'm playing today by Blue Star. These are all amazing handcrafted instruments, most of them, and the instrument makers give us our voice as musicians, unless we're of course a singer. But usually we have, when we think about instrumental music, somebody made that. That's pretty amazing. They made that, I get to play it, and then I get to bring music to you all. Eventually, when I use my equipment properly, I have to do some homework myself on the technical side of things, but that's okay. So I hope you find time in your day, you know, maybe in the morning or at night when you have a little space, or in the middle of the day, whenever you can find a little time to reflect and just appreciate what you have. Most of us, we have too many things. This is a problem, apparently. There's a movement now, towards minimalism, which is ironic because for so many centuries, thousands of years, people were trying to get more stuff, And at least here in the U.S., I've got to say, and I do appreciate that I'm here in the U.S., where we have, most of the people are safe and have plenty of food and all that. I do appreciate that very much. But at the same time, I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I have too much stuff. So when I can give things away, get rid of things, that's where I'm also grateful. Another thing that I think we could all be grateful for that's just a regular thing is the fact that in this year, in this time, it's 2021 right now, most people have a higher standard of living. We're safer, we're better fed, we're better clothed, we have better health care than at any point ever. In fact, me with my just regular old, middle of the road home, I actually have a better house, better living situation. I'm more comfortable than most of the kings and emperors in the world, in the history of the world. Why? Well, I have insulation. I have a swimming pool. I have air conditioning. I have heat. I have hot and cold running water. I have plumbing that doesn't smell. I have double glazed windows. I'm so far more advanced than most of the kings and emperors, queens and kings, all the royalty of the world for thousands of years. And I eat better food because I eat everything. I can have food from any country, just about, every day, if I want. Think about that for a second. How can you not be incredibly grateful for that? I am. I do. I acknowledge it. It's incredible. So whatever you have in your life, that's fine. Be grateful for the things. But the most important things in life, as they say, are not things. They're the experiences you have, your relationships with your, the world around you, your environment, the other beings in your environment, the other people beings, the plant beings, the animal beings, the weather, the nature, just everything, everything. And that's how we can cultivate gratitude. So easy. It's so easy to do, but do we do it enough? Do we do it often? Do we remember to take a moment, a couple moments in our day, maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening? And you don't have to do anything. This is the key, you guys. You don't have to do anything to show, to say, oh, now I'm being grateful. Now I'm going to have gratitude. No. You have to stop being distracted by other stuff. If you just stop getting busy with other things and stop trying to do things as much, what is uncovered at that point, what comes forth into the foreground, is peaceful gratitude and wonderment. All the things that were there when you were a child that made the world super amazing, they're still there. They just get buried. So you don't have to do your way out of that situation of not feeling grateful and amazed and in wonderment of the world. You don't have to do anything. You just have to stop doing the things that are burying that, right? Does that make sense? Sometimes doing less, gives us more. Just talking about creating space, clearing the stuff away, and then just letting what's there shine a little bit brighter. That's all. Very simple. You don't have to go through a lot of fancy rituals or wear certain clothing or go to a certain place or, drink this, say this, sing that, do this gesture. You don't have to do that. You can. If you want, that's okay. You can do it, but you don't have to. Just stop distracting yourself. All right, I'm going to stop talking and get back to a little playing. Hopefully all the audio is coming through okay now. So I want to thank you for joining me, and I'm going to play a little bit more, and then we're going to wrap up. So enjoy the music, and thanks for joining me here. If you want to connect with me more, of course, you can do that at World Drum Club, at our Patreon, either on the channel, this channel, kalanidas.com, Evolve Podcast on iTunes, Facebook, I'm on there, and patreon.com/Kalani. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. I'm Kalani Das. This is Music Mindfulness. Today's episode focused on gratitude and a gratitude practice that anybody can do anywhere, anytime. I hope that you take that opportunity for yourself and for others. Have a wonderful holiday season coming up. I will be here next Sunday. If you would like, you can just tune into the channel wherever you get this live streaming feed. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and I'll see you next week.